My first question is, what really drew you to the script? What about it was something you felt you really wanted to do?
I love the Jesse Andrews' dialogue particularly, and getting it when I started reading the script. I was at first a little, I don't know, cautious. You know, you get a movie that's going to be a high school movie, like an adaptation of a YA novel, and you're like, okay. But I was so, his voice was so refreshing, the dialogue was so playful and unique, but I still loved these characters, and I understood them, and I identified with Greg. And then the John Bernthal scene about learning about people after they die, you just have to pay attention. The idea that if they die, their shape is not as clearly defined, obviously, but that they can be everywhere at the same time, and their life can continue to unfold. I found that very moving, and I hadn't thought of it, and it's something I really needed to believe in at that point in my life. And then you add to that an opportunity to celebrate films and some of the filmmakers that shaped you as an artist and or as a filmmaker. And then it just felt like it was working on so many levels for me. And then I had to go out there and try to get the job, yeah.
And the experience at Sundance had to be a whirlwind experience, all the acclaim and standing ovations. Was that something that completely took you by surprise?
Of course. How do you plan for that? I mean, you dream. I had never been a part of a festival, so I used to PA on films that ended up going to Sundance, so it just felt like this unattainable kind of goal. But the way you dream of a thing like that playing out, like an event like that in your life, that's exactly, if not more, what it felt like. The way it was received, we hadn't screened it for more than 30, 40 people months before Sundance. We just stopped screening it once we got into Sundance. We just had finished the movie. Then all of a sudden you're screening for 1,400 people. I'm very nervous, obviously. And then having that kind of reception and have that continue playing and have the film continue to play well throughout the week. And then you start getting the first few reviews, and those big reviews could kill the movie if they're not favorable. A movie of this size are so fragile. And they were positive, and it ended on the awards, which were, at that point I'd been there for a week, meeting other filmmakers, watching their work, being a part of a community of filmmakers that were much more talented than me. And all of a sudden you feel like you're a part of something. I'd never been a part of this thing, of a film festival, and everyone's out there working so hard to try to get a movie finished and then try to get your voice heard, and now you're part of these other filmmakers doing it. So the end was a surprise, but it means that everyone's work was being recognized, so that's exciting.
To me, the film kind of feels like a love letter to film and what the power of film has. Is that something you were trying to accomplish, that you wanted to bring to us?
Sure. I mean, when will I ever be able to make a movie that gives me an opportunity to celebrate and give thanks to all the filmmakers that inspired me and shaped me? Never. Again, I can guarantee you that. I'll never be able to make a movie that spoofs Mean Streets again, that's for sure. But this was an opportunity to do that. So, and to give thanks to all the films that shaped me, and I experienced so much life through movies as a kid, and been very lucky to have wonderful mentors in my life, and then also because the movie is about learning about people after they're gone and how their story unfolds. It's great that we can talk about Truffaut, and we can talk about Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, and that people maybe will go out and watch their movies, and then their stories continues to unfold, and they're still around, and through all the beautiful work and all the good they've done for humanity.
All right, well, they're wrapping up. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey